Hi, PerspectiveWeather.com meteorologist Paul Doreen here on Friday, September 11th. Lots of clouds around this morning in the Mid-Atlantic region. A cold frontal system is working its way through. It'll tend to stall out in the southern part of the Mid-Atlantic region, keeping quite a few clouds around the area as we close out the work week, but it's strong enough of a push to the south to usher in more comfortable air, certainly for Philadelphia and New York City. As the day goes on, it'll become a little bit less humid compared to recent days. Most of the humidity and the clouds hang on in the DC metro region since the frontal system stalls out very close by to that part of the Mid-Atlantic region. But then high pressure kind of reinserts itself to our north and west as we begin the upcoming week. It looks like a spectacular day for at least Philadelphia, north and east, across New York City, Boston, all of the northeastern part of the nation. Clouds will tend to hang on again around the DC metro region, but still a decent day on Saturday down in that part of the Mid-Atlantic. Then the same frontal system pushes to the north Monday as a warm front. Could cause a few showers and thunderstorms, but by no means will Sunday be a total washout. And then probably the biggest story of the next several days, very strong cool high pressure will rebuild across southeastern Canada during the first half of next week. It looks like we have a stretch of very nice weather for the Mid-Atlantic, the Great Lakes, the Northeast U.S. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, very comfortable temperatures, maybe even extending into Thursday of next week as well. Well, let's start off by looking at the tropical scene. We do have a lot of activity going on. Certainly nothing imminent for the Mid-Atlantic region or Northeast U.S. There are a couple of waves here that will impact Florida and the Gulf of Mexico over the next couple of days. Both of these are tending to move to the west. This second one here will drift across Florida into the Gulf of Mexico. Then we have our pair of tropical storms, Paulette. Maximum sustained winds right now is 65 miles per hour, so it's not far from hurricane status. This very well could become a hurricane over the next 6 to 12 hours or so. It continues to push slowly to the west-northwest. Renee, I believe the maximum sustained winds are 45 miles per hour. That kind of a sandwich in between Paulette, which is a stronger system, and another one on its heels. So Renee has a difficult time right here. It looks like it'll have a difficult time over the next few days as it's kind of losing out on some of the energy to Paulette on its western side, and then this system to the east. This system will probably strengthen over the next few days and continue to drift westward across the tropical Atlantic. As it stands right now, both Paulette and Renee will probably continue on this track and then likely turn away as they start coming closer and closer to the U.S. East Coast, partly as a result of those strong high pressure systems dropping eastward from southern Canada towards New England over the first half of next week. So we'll continue to monitor all of this tropical activity as we now pass the climatological peak of September 10th. It remains active, however, throughout the rest of September, it looks like, and probably into October as well. Well, before we take a look at the forecast maps from the GFS model run, here's a look from coolweather.com of some of the record or near record lows this morning. Really two areas of emphasis where the chilly air for this time of the year continues to reside all throughout the southwestern states from Texas to California. There are some record lows or near record lows this morning, and this is still a little bit early. This might actually increase over the next hour or two. Meanwhile, across the Great Lakes, with that high pressure system in control, a cool air mass causing some record or near record lows in that part of the nation as well. So a couple different areas of chilly air for this time of the year across the nation. Well, let's take a look and see what happens to these chilly air masses over the next few days. Again, one continues to exist this morning over the southwestern part of the nation into the Rocky Mountain states, and another one extends from the Great Lakes into the northeast U.S. and southeastern part of Canada. We're looking at the forecast maps of the 850 millimole temperature anomalies from the 6C GFS. Now let's move forward here and we'll see a couple interesting things happening. First of all, Very, very nice day to begin the weekend at least from Pennsylvania north and east throughout New England, with very comfortable temperatures. Again, kind of a mixed picture for Saturday in the D.C. metro region. There will be plenty of clouds around with that stalled out frontal system nearby. Then as we start pushing towards the latter part of the weekend, that front pushes north as a warm front, turns warmer again on Sunday in the northeast. But look at this chilly air mass encompassing much of Canada by the time we get to Sunday, and that drives to the south and east. Even a reflection here of what is likely to be a Paulette, maybe even a Hurricane Paulette at this time as it starts to close in on the U.S. coastline. But this cool air mass, backed up by strong high pressure, moving to the east, tends to result in Paulette turning away before it ever has a chance to make it to the eastern seaboard here, and let's hope that's true. And again, it looks like this is the Tuesday afternoon forecast map. It looks like very nice weather in the northeastern part of the nation in the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. Maybe even high temperatures around Tuesday of only 7 degrees in some of the urban corridor from Philadelphia to New York City to Boston. Again, very nice air mass for the first half of next week. Well, let's take a look at the surface forecast maps from the operational run of the GFS at 6Z. A couple of showers around, especially early today along the coastal sections of New Jersey down to the Delmarva Peninsula. But here's that cool high pressure system causing some record or near record lows this morning over the Great Lakes region. This is the same high pressure system that was associated with a very cold air mass over the southwestern part of the nation, the Rocky Mountains, earlier in the week. That piece, at least that piece of the high pressure system, has pushed off to the north and east. And again, very cool air sitting over the Great Lakes this morning. Still, some blue showing up on the map, a little bit of snow across Colorado, the high elevations of Colorado, and again, record or near record lows this morning out across the southwestern states. Now let's move forward here. That high pushes quickly to the east here by the time we get to Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. That high pushes off the coast. A southwesterly flow of air develops in the lower middle parts of the atmosphere for the Ohio Valley, and then ultimately the Mid-Atlantic region. It turns warmer again on Sunday after a very nice Saturday in much of the northeast U.S. Could be a couple of showers and thunderstorms showing up with that warm front late Sunday, Sunday night in the Mid-Atlantic region, in the northeastern U.S. By no means will it be a total washout, however. And here is what's likely to be Hurricane Paulette by the time we get to Sunday evening. Notice Paulette kind of closing in the U.S. coastline, but here comes a very strong, cool Canadian high pressure system, a 1030 millibar high as of Monday morning. No doubt there'll be some record or near record lows in the Great Lakes region Monday morning, maybe even Tuesday morning as well. And that high tends to help to turn this system to the north and east before it ever has a chance to reach the U.S. coastline. Of course, we'll monitor that closely over the next several days, but this is the forecast map for Tuesday morning. And again, a 1032 millibar high to the north. That spells very cool temperatures for this time of year. High temperatures on Tuesday could be 70 degrees in places like Philadelphia, New York City, Boston, maybe in the low 70s as far south as D.C. So we have some nice air masses coming our way to the northeastern part of the nation, and it's still a very active tropical scene. Nothing imminent right now for the Mid-Atlantic region or northeast U.S., and we'll continue to monitor this closely over the next several days. That's it for now. For PerspectiveWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.